Have you ever tried disappearing from your ex's life, hoping that your silence would make them realize your worth and come back? Yet instead of missing you and feeling regret, they seem completely unbothered? Could it be that the silence is golden, strategy has failed? Scout, don't lose heart just yet. This video will help you decode the mystery behind the no contact rule, uncover the reasons it doesn't always work, and more importantly, teach you how to use silence intelligently to achieve your desired outcome. End quote. Join us as we analyze the psychology of your ex, understand the true impact of silence, and discover pro tips to optimize this strategy. If you find the video helpful, please support us by hitting the subscribe button and turning on notifications so you never miss exciting content about love and relationships. First, the magical power of the no contact rule. Why does silence often yield such powerful results? Deciding to cut off contact with your ex feels like an intense internal battle, a tough test for your heart. However, it is also one of the sharpest psychological strategies to regain self-respect and emotional balance after the pain of a breakup. This act not only creates a private space for you to heal, but also forces your ex to confront the void you've left behind, compelling them to reflect on your value in a clearer, more authentic way. There's a paradox in human psychology. We often only truly appreciate something once it's gone. When you firmly stop communicating, your ex will no longer receive those caring texts and heartfelt inquiries they may have taken for granted. As these familiar gestures vanish, the sense of loss begins to creep in, prompting them to question whether they had underestimated you in your shared romantic chapter. Your absence is not merely an empty void, but a reflective mirror, highlighting the deep connection and affection you once offered. Especially if they've jumped into a rebound relationship, a rushed fling post-breakup. Comparison becomes inevitable. At first, the new relationship may be filled with excitement and novelty, but as the surface appeal fades, reality starts to show. They will gradually realize the differences, the unique values you brought, such as deep understanding, unforgettable memories, and a sense of peace, are not easily found in someone else. Whether consciously or subconsciously, this comparison etches your image even deeper into their mind, even as you remain completely silent, like a melody without words that continues to resonate. Exercise. The no contact rule is not just a strategy to influence their emotions, but also a precious gift for yourself. During this sacred silence, you have the opportunity to rediscover yourself, rebuild confidence, and restore your intrinsic value without depending on anyone else. This is not a passive period of waiting for your ex to wake up and recognize your worth. Rather, it's a golden moment to live more fully, exploring new and stronger pieces of yourself. Imagine no contact as a strategic retreat from the battlefield of chaotic emotions. You don't need to beg, persuade, or attempt to change their mind. Instead, you take control of your emotions, granting yourself the right to rest, heal, and grow without being shackled by lingering memories of the past. And you focus entirely on yourself, positive changes will flow naturally, spreading out and becoming impossible for others, including your ex, to ignore. Small steps, such as diving into a new field, improving your health through exercise, or simply enjoying quality time with family and friends, will not only make you happier, but also send a powerful, unspoken message that you are without you. This is how you affirm to yourself that no matter what storms come your way, you will continue to grow and live a meaningful life. Over time, the answers will reveal themselves. Whether the result is a miraculous reunion or a promising new beginning, you will always be in the best position, confident, resilient, and ready to face whatever comes next. Number 2, the emotional journey of your ex when you decide on no contact. When you choose to implement the no contact rule after a breakup, your ex embarks on a turbulent emotional journey. Each stage evokes unique feelings and thoughts, shaping how they evaluate and react to the end of the relationship. Phase 1. Brewing the breakup decision. Understand that your ex's decision to leave wasn't a sudden storm, but the result of a process simmering deep within their heart. I use the word simmering to emphasize that the intention to break up wasn't a fleeting thought or an impulsive moment. It was a seed planted, nurtured, and grown in their mind over a long period, perhaps weeks, months, or even years. Just as our bodies don't suddenly fall seriously ill overnight, the decision to break up is also a consequence of a series of accumulated causes built up over time. Throughout those silent months, your ex went through an internal struggle, a persistent battle between heart and mind. As the flame of love gradually faded, reason began to take over. The reason for the separation could stem from your diminishing appeal in their eyes, or from conflicts and disagreements in the relationship, piling up like a mountain. These signs of cracks may have existed for a long time, like warning bells echoing in the air, but perhaps you inadvertently overlooked them or deliberately ignored them. One day, all of that accumulated, exploded, and the decision to break up fell like a sharp knife, like the last drop that made the cup overflow beyond saving. Your natural reaction when facing the brink of separation is shock, disappointment, extreme pain, even pleading and clinging. But all those efforts are often like throwing salt into the sea, hardly able to shake their decision. The reason lies in the fact that they have already completed their internal battle. Even if the decision to break up seems abrupt, it is actually the culmination of a thorough process of consideration and deliberation, a long and arduous journey they have gone through alone. Phase 2. No Contact. The Symphony of Sorrow. Written by Frank Peck. Narrated by Frank Peck. If the two of you once shared a deep, heartfelt connection, where your souls intertwined in harmony and intense emotional attachment, then after parting ways, it's inevitable that both will feel a sense of emptiness. It's like falling into a void of uncertainty, where sadness and awkwardness seep into every corner of your being. In this moment, silence carries an invisible weight, a subtle strategy as it creates the necessary space for your ex to reflect on the chapters you've shared. In many cases, your dignified and self-respecting silence can act as a wake-up call, prompting them to question their decision and planting the first seeds of doubt. What's most important is that you respect your ex's decision. Instead of harboring resentment, choose to face the situation with maturity and civility. You can express that you honor their choice, offer sincere well wishes, and then retreat into your own world, embracing a period of introspection. Silence is not only a balm for your soul, helping you rediscover peace amidst the storm, but it also creates an invisible allure, a mysterious pull that makes your ex ponder and reflect on your past relationship. This can open a door of hope, sparking the possibility that they might initiate contact, or at the very least, feel compelled to reach out to you again. When a breakup occurs, somewhere in the depths of their heart, your ex likely feels sadness, whether a little or lot. Here we are discussing relationships that were once filled with warmth and beauty, not toxic dynamics where you were mistreated or harmed. Even if your ex was the one to walk away, they understand that the decision leaves a deep emotional scar on you. Within them might flicker a small sense of compassion or guilt toward you. Sometimes, to lighten their own emotional burden and ease your pain, they choose silence, cloaking themselves in apathy to make you feel weary and ultimately decide to walk away on your own. This approach is often seen in men, though women may struggle to understand it, seeking closure and clarity, which can lead to even more confusion and complexity. If your ex is a kind-hearted person who once shared happy days with you, their decision to break up wasn't easy. It was a difficult and painful choice. They may feel a pang of guilt seeing you try to hold on and might express sympathy or kindness. They could say they still cherish the good memories, but cannot continue the relationship, They might even suggest a friendship. Yet all of this only adds to your inner turmoil. Although they fear hurting you, they must draw a firm line to bring clarity to the situation. If you stubbornly cling to the past and refuse to let go, they may grow colder and even utter harsh words. This is their way of forcing you to wake up, to face the truth that the relationship has truly ended, and to respect their decision. Sometimes this harshness feels like a stinging slap to your pride, a sharp warning to stop deluding yourself or interfering with their life. Thus, the best and only choice you can make in this stormy moment is to accept reality, maintain your silence, and refrain from disrupting their life. Many people describe their exes as cold and unwilling to leave any chance for reconciliation. This is often the reason behind those seemingly heartless actions. Phase 3, relief, a calm sky after the emotional storm. This is the moment your ex begins to feel a sense of relief, experiencing peace in their soul after the breakup. They've just closed a tumultuous chapter, made a difficult decision that may have tormented them for a long time, perhaps freeing themselves from days of relentless tension or stepping out of a stifling relationship that felt like a gilded cage. After the stormy days of emotional upheaval, relief comes naturally, like a sunrise after a dark night. However, the duration of this calm depends on the story you shared, the fragments of memories, and the unique connection between you two. If you unintentionally caused them stress or pressure in the past, this period of tranquility may last longer than usual. Sadly, while they are savoring the sweetness of newfound freedom, you might find yourself sinking into despair, overwhelmed by the pain of irretrievable loss. During this time, it's a natural reflex to obsessively monitor their social media or gather fragments of information about their life. The photos they post, laughing with friends, traveling, or even holding hands with someone new, can feel like invisible daggers piercing your already bleeding heart. This torment is particularly excruciating when you feel that your happiness has vanished, like a fleeting bird leaving behind an empty sky you cannot reclaim. As cruel as it may seem, you must understand that this could also be their way of trying to move forward smoothly, crafting a life where your presence becomes nothing more than a faint memory. They may genuinely hope for things to settle, and to achieve that, they feel compelled to act this way. Therefore, in many videos, I urge people to distance themselves from the vortex of social media after a breakup. Constantly tracking your ex's every move is not only meaningless, but also makes your journey through the breakup more grueling and arduous. Remember, this phase is temporary, like a fleeting gust of wind. What you need to do is keep your heart calm and your spirit steady, resisting the urge to panic or act impulsively. Phase 4, when they begin to wonder and question about you. After a long period of silence and ceasing pursuit, your ex will gradually become aware of the void you've left in their daily life. Like ripples on a calm lake, questions will begin to arise in their mind. Why don't they want to come back anymore? Or, have they truly let go and moved on completely? Even if they were the one to initiate the breakup, such thoughts often stem from the prideful voice of the ego. At the time of the breakup, they may have seen themselves as holding the upper hand, feeling powerful, while you were in a submissive and dependent position. They believed they controlled the fate of the relationship, while you were left adrift, with no choice but to accept their decision. Thoughts like, "I'm more attractive," "I'm better," or "I deserve a brighter future," may have crossed their mind. This doesn't mean they are a bad person. It's simply a natural psychological state influenced by human ego and ambition. When you stop chasing them, their ego will feel unsettled, as if doused with a bucket of cold water. "I ran so far, but why isn't anyone chasing me?" This realization can profoundly shake their perception of you. When their assumptions or illusions don't match reality, they'll begin to spiral into a whirlwind of questions. Why aren't they holding on anymore? Have they found someone new? Meanwhile, all you're doing is maintaining a dignified and respectful silence, honoring their decision. This silence carries an invisible weight, a mysterious power, wrapping you in an aura of intrigue that they can't seem to look away from. If you still hope for their return, this is a promising sign. Their curiosity becomes a sweet trap, and as the saying goes, curiosity killed the cat. That once proud cat now finds itself ensnared in the trap of its own curiosity. Phase 5. The rise of fear of losing you. After the wave of curiosity and questions, your ex may find themselves sinking into a sea of emotions, overwhelmed by the fear of losing you forever. Of course, amidst the multitude of unknowns, they cannot be certain of anything, as you've hidden behind the wall of silence, leaving no trace or clue for an extended period. This uncertainty and ambiguity are the golden keys here. This is also why you must be cautious and deliberate with what you post on social media. They could be silently observing you like a quiet shadow. If you intentionally post intimate pictures with someone of the opposite sex to make them jealous, it could backfire like a double-edged sword. They may conclude that you've truly moved on, let go of the past, and that they no longer hold a place in your heart, potentially leading them to give up entirely. Conversely, if you post melancholic, sorrowful updates, clearly showing that you're drowning in the swamp of heartbreak over the breakup, this will not yield good results either. They might feel relieved, as though a burden has been lifted, believing that their decision to break up was wise and justified. End of section 8. Thus, maintaining silence and a calm, composed attitude not only preserves your dignity, but also causes them to fall into a labyrinth of questions. They'll start doubting themselves, questioning their decisions, and perhaps rekindling thoughts of reconciliation to find answers. If they can easily forget you and brush off the past relationship, they won't worry about losing you. They'll quickly find their own answers, feeling secure and confident in the belief that you remain there as an anonymous shadow, a safe harbor waiting for their return. To them, you become a backup option, a safety net they can revisit any time with a mere wave of their hand. This is both sad and degrading. Reuniting under such circumstances would make it difficult for them to truly cherish and value your presence in their life. You don't want to be treated lightly or undervalued, even in your deepest despair. Remember, your love, care, and attention are not free gifts to be taken for granted. These are sacred and precious offerings, and they must be respected, even earned, by those who receive them. If you don't value your love and attention, you open the door for others to disregard, even trample on them. This harsh truth cannot be ignored. Make yourself a mystery they cannot decode. Leave them longing, yearning, and restless in their quest to find answers to the question, have I truly lost them forever? Only when they face the real risk of losing you will they awaken to the full weight of their breakup decision. At this point, they'll begin to doubt and waver. Did I make a mistake? This sense of unease and uncertainty will compel them to reach out to you. This is your moment to shine, to present a renewed version of yourself, a completely upgraded, stronger self, brimming with improved appearance, intellect, resilience, and spirit. Show them a captivating and charismatic version of you that has emerged from pain and loss, not just for them, but for yourself. This transformation will draw them in, magnetized by the strength and brilliance you now exude. Who wouldn't be awestruck and admiring of someone they left behind, only to see them rise, more complete, resilient, and living a life that radiates beauty and inspiration? Many worry that by not contacting or pursuing their ex, they'll push them further away. But this isn't true. What you'll earn from them is respect. And in any loving relationship, respect is the foundational core, the essential bedrock for a strong and enduring bond. Phase 6. The climax of emotional breakthrough. This is the pivotal and decisive phase when your ex reaches their breaking point, unable to withstand the pressure and fear of losing you forever. Painful emotions and inner turmoil begin to consume them, like a powerful undercurrent, compelling them to find a way to reconnect with you. Naturally, not everyone has the courage to boldly admit they were wrong, that they miss you, and long to return. Most will approach timidly, cautiously testing the waters like a curious cat treading on unfamiliar ground. They seek to read your thoughts, gauge your feelings, and assess your emotions toward them in the present moment. Humans, no matter how strong or resilient, carry an innate fear of rejection and being turned away. At this stage, after days or even months of internal struggle, they've awakened to their mistakes and realized your significance in their life. However, you must strike a balance in your response, not overly eager or excessively distant. If you appear too enthusiastic, you risk falling into a sweet trap and rushing back into the relationship, undoing all the effort and progress you've made. Conversely, if you're too cold and detached, you may extinguish the fragile spark of hope they hold, causing them to give up. Instead, maintain a calm, composed demeanor and subtly convey that if they wish to return, they must genuinely work for it and prove their worth. When considering a reconciliation, let things unfold slowly and naturally, like a gentle stream weaving through rocks. Your poised and mysterious attitude during this time will make your ex perceive you as a precious gem, someone they must strive to win over rather than someone they can easily reclaim with a sense of entitlement. This measured approach not only reinforces your self-worth, but also prevents them from coming back only to quickly grow bored and walk away again. Through this, you can build a brighter, more promising future together, a renewed relationship where both of you learn to value and cherish each other's presence instead of repeating past mistakes. Number 3, reversing the chessboard, emerging as the winner. Your silence rings like a wake-up call, awakening longing within your ex. Many fear that the no-contact rule will push their ex further away, like a boat disappearing into the mist, allowing them to forget you or seek happiness elsewhere. But in reality, this outcome is rare, akin to the legendary Udumbara flower, blooming once every 3,000 years. By disappearing entirely, no messages, no calls, no trace, you shatter the script they had written in their mind. You don't chase, beg, or plead, forcing them to pause and question. What's happening? Why aren't they chasing me? This creates a seismic shift in their mind. Initially, your absence might bring them a sense of relief, like a bird freed from its cage. But as the silence stretches on like an endless song, unease begins to creep in, gnawing at their confidence. Why haven't they contacted me? Have they truly forgotten me? Or have they found someone better, someone who deserves them more? The uncertainty and unpredictability you create become a slow-burning fire, eating away at their peace of mind. They begin to think about you, not because you're chasing them, but because you've become an enigma, slipping beyond their grasp and control. Your silence declares boldly, "I will not stay where I am not valued or loved." Interestingly, people are often drawn to what they can't possess or what remains uncertain. When you stop acting like someone weak and desperate, willing to do anything to hold on to them, you suddenly become independent, self-assured, and captivating, like a hidden gem in the sand. In their mind, your image transforms, becoming more radiant and admirable. You are no longer someone they took lightly, but someone they risk losing forever. This stirs a profound fear in them. What if I've lost a rare treasure? What if they've found a safe harbor with someone who truly values them? End quote. When you vanish, they are forced to confront a harsh reality. You may be happy and thriving without them. This not only unsettles and confuses them, but also makes them fear that the door to reconciliation has closed forever. Many people doubt the effectiveness of silence, saying, "I thought it was over. I stayed silent, didn't reach out, and even saw them with someone new." But one day, as if by magic, they messaged me. They wanted to meet. This doesn't happen because you've played games or manipulated them. It's because you courageously defied the script they had in mind. You didn't become the abandoned and despairing figure they expected you to be, but walked away with dignity and calm. This inadvertently touched their heart and made them long for your return. Your silence becomes inescapable, filling their thoughts. They begin to be tormented by curiosity. What are they doing? Where are they? Who's with them? Their attention shifts entirely toward you, even though you're doing nothing to attract or seek it. This is the unparalleled power of silence, an action seemingly simple and quiet, yet it forces them to confront feelings of loss and aching nostalgia. When they ended things they never imagined you would move on, let alone thrive without them. They assumed you'd always wait, beg, or plead, but by showing you're strong enough to let go and move forward, you not only reveal your true value, but also dismantle every preconceived notion they held about the relationship. Your silence isn't a power play. It's a testament to your growth and independence. It shows that your departure isn't a surrender but a recalibration, placing yourself in the position you deserve. Remember, sometimes the strongest thing you can do is nothing at all. Silence allows you to reclaim control of your life, live confidently and proudly, without seeking validation from anyone. Through silence, you not only affirm your self-worth, but leave an indelible mark, creating an irreplaceable presence in their mind, one they can't forget. The journey of no contact is not merely a strategy, it is a declaration, an inner revolution. It is a resolute affirmation of self-worth, a poignant anthem of dignity and growth after heartbreak. What may seem like fragile, vulnerable silence harbors extraordinary power, capable of flipping the script and turning the tide. It is not an act of revenge, but a path to healing, a chance to rise anew from the ashes of a relationship that has faded away. Through each tumultuous psychological phase your ex may experience, from their initial decision to break up, through relief, curiosity, fear of loss, and finally reaching their emotional breaking point, it becomes evident that your silence is the most potent catalyst. It stirs profound longing within them, revives dormant emotions, and forces them to confront themselves, their decisions, and their past mistakes. Yet no contact is not a magical solution, nor does it guarantee that they will return. It is a journey back to yourself, a chance to love, cherish, and improve who you are. Silence is not a tool to manipulate or control someone else's emotions. It is a sanctuary for you to regain balance, grow, and find strength. Remember, regardless of the outcome, you are already a winner. Victory does not lie in winning back your exercise, but in reclaiming yourself. You have bravely faced the pain, endured the challenge, and unearthed the hidden strength within. Your silence has allowed you to take back control of your life, and that is the greatest triumph of all. As the philosopher Epictetus once said, "Control what you can and accept what you cannot." No contact is your way of controlling yourself, letting go of what is beyond your reach, and focusing on cultivating your inner self. So, if you find yourself at the crossroads of a broken relationship, remember this: sometimes silence is the strongest voice, the ultimate weapon of the heart. Let silence guide you to a harbor of peace, trust, and hope for a brighter future, one where you are truly loved and valued. And who knows, within that silence, a new door may open, bringing opportunities far greater than you ever expected. Thank you for joining us in today's video. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss our upcoming strategies. Together, we'll build stronger, more meaningful relationships.